I'd like to speak to Michael Baldwin.
You are?
Tricia McNeil?
Do you have an appointment?
No, but, he gave me his card. I have it right here.
May I tell him what this is regarding?
Could you please just tell him I'm here? I'm sure he'll see me.
That's okay, Chantal. I have time for Miss McNeil. All right, this way. It's nice to finally learn your name.
I'm sorry for interrupting you like this. I know I should have called first. But something's happened and I didn't know where else to go.
No, I told you my door was always open. So what seems to be the trouble? Urban Pharmaceutical Labs.
I had a pill analyzed.
Rohypnol.
The lab tech told me they're called roofies. People who take them become disoriented, kind of like they're drunk. But it's much more dangerous because they lose their inhibitions. And then later, they forget everything that's happened. Men use them to
I know why men use them. To rape women.
So this is where you've been hiding. I stepped by your office. Your secretary didn't know where you were. Is this where you came after the meeting?
Sorry, Bill, on you and your dad. I needed someplace quiet to think.
About Tricia's phone call?
Yeah, I feel terrible. I mean, Tricia could be the key to getting Nicholas out of jail, and all I had to do was find out where she is, and I completely blew it.
Ryan, don't beat yourself up about this. It's not your fault. You did the best you could. Tricia obviously doesn't want to be found.
If only my cell phone had caller ID, or if she had called me here or at home, I could have hit *69 or something. Wait a minute.
What?
Of course, why didn't I think of that before?
Thanks.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Sharon. How are you doing?
All right. Does that call have anything to do with Nick's case?
Well, actually, I was just trying to get a hold of your father-in-law. We haven't talked today, so I want to touch base.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to pry. It's just that sometimes I get so desperate for any information about Nick. I'm sure you would tell me if there's anything I need to know.
No, I understand. I'm glad we have this chance to talk. I was concerned about how you're holding up. You look great.
Thanks. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying not to let Noah and Cassie see how terrified I've been.
Yeah. How are they handling everything?
They are like little troopers. Yesterday was Noah's birthday, and Victor arranged for us to go to the jail and
Oh, wow.
Nick.
That must have meant a lot to him.
Yeah. At first, I had some reservations about bringing the kids, but glad we did it. Otherwise, I would have never found out about Tricia.
Tricia?
Tricia McNeil.
What about her?
Again.
What do you mean?
Your heartbroken brother. He's having a hot affair with the lovely lawyer.
Who told you that?
No one had to tell me. I walked in on the two of them at his apartment one morning.
Sorry for the interruption, Neil. Where were we?
Oh, Victor, I think we're finished. I'm going to run the third quarter projections to the computer. Is there anything else we need to go over?
Excuse me, Mr. Newman.
Yes.
Hello, Neil. I had a message you wanted to see me.
Yes, come in, Miss Perez. We need to discuss some matters regarding the HMO case.
You've read my latest report.
Yes, and I have some questions regarding that.
Well, I'll do my best to answer them.
Do I understand you correctly? The issue involving Lawson Medical goes beyond the question of fair compensation, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I now suspect that the HMO is rewarding doctors for ordering fewer tests, even when those tests could be crucial to the welfare of their patients.
Do you have any evidence?
Nothing concrete, but at our most recent court appearance, the judge refused to grant me access to the files that I requested.
So why would Lawson Medical be so reluctant to give you access to their files?
Oh, well, they're claiming attorney-client privilege. I believe they're covering up something.
Miss Perez, what you're saying is that Lawson Medical is committing a crime that could jeopardize the lives of thousands of people. In other words, we're in for a long legal battle, is that correct?
It certainly has the potential.
Excuse me, may I say something here, please?
Yes, Neil.
You know, our original response to the judge's ruling was to pursue the HMO on two fronts in court. But there may be another option to consider. One that might give us the answers we're seeking without involving us in any more litigation.
Reese,
Is this a bad time?
I guess I don't have to tell you what I was doing.
Well, I think you're entitled. I hear you had quite a night in the ER, huh?
Oh, I didn't get any sleep all night, and I tried to catch some rest in the lounge. But before I knew it, it was time for my shift.
Well, I haven't spoken to you in a while, so how's everything going on the home front?
It's true what they say about single motherhood being the toughest job in the world. But you know what? I'm one of the fortunate ones. First of all, Nate has a great babysitter. And then Aunt Mamie, she's a godsend. And she's family. And I know that she'll handle my son exactly as I would.
So, Nate, you haven't said. How did you do on that math quiz?
I have math in the afternoon. Since today was only a half day, I won't know my score until tomorrow. When do I have to be at Steven?
Oh, you don't have to be there for a little while. His mother isn't taking you to the movies for about an hour. That gives you plenty of time to finish up that smoothie.
You're just a typical guy, such a typical. I should have listened when my friends told me that you're just a typical guy.
Nate, who's here?
I should have known that.
Dad!
Hey, little dude. What in the world are you doing up in here?
Oh, Mamie brought me. Don't see what's...
Hello, Malcolm.
Well, hello, Mamie. Yeah, it sure is a coincidence us running into each other again, huh?
Yes, isn't it?
Sit down, Dad. I have lots of cool stuff to say.
Okay.
Today we had some kind of math.
Oh, you did? Don't tell me you got another perfect score, did you?
I don't know yet. It was a half day today, so I don't like to say one.
Here. Drink this.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to start with the obvious question. Where did you get this pill?
My boyfriend, I found a bunch of them in one of his drawers in a little unmarked bottle.
You confronted him?
He said he used them for asthma.
You didn't believe that?
At first, I did, but then I kept track of them, and he hasn't been taking them.
And that's when you became suspicious. It must be quite disturbing. Someone you care so much about having something like this in his possession. As far as you know, has your boyfriend used this drug on anyone?
Well, I can't be absolutely certain, but I think he used some on me.
Okay, that's it? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, you've been a big help.
So?
My cell phone company gave me the number Tricia was calling from.
Do you recognize it?
No, but it's local.
Well, why don't you call it and see if she answers the phone?
I don't know if that would be such a good idea.
Why not?
What if she answers? I mean, if she hears my voice, she could freak out. And in the state she's in, she's liable to bolt. You know what? I'll call Paul Williams. Maybe he can help me handle this.
Okay.
You have his number?
Yeah, right here.
Thanks.
Well, you're right, Liv. You're lucky to have so much support taking care of your son. Oh, what about Malcolm?
What about him?
Well, doesn't he spend much time with Nate?
Not in the last couple of months.
Is he away on a shoot?
No, he is here in Genoa City. Change the subject. I really don't want to talk about this.
All right. Well, let's talk about your night in the ER. The young man that went into diabetic shock.
Raul Gutierrez.
Yeah. I took a peek at his chart. You did good work, Doctor.
Thank you, but a lot of it was luck, really.
A DKA patient with cerebral edema, and you pull him out of it? That is macho ER medicine, and you know it. What's wrong?
It's something one of his friends said, and I can't get it out of my mind.
My favorite dinosaur at the museum was the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was 20 feet high and 40 feet long, with really big teeth. She wouldn't admit it, but I think Aunt Mimi was a little scared.
No, I wasn't either.
Mamie, were you shaking in your boots a little bit?
Okay, all right, just a tiny little bit.
Just a tiny little bit, you know, because she's tough.
That's all I have so far. Sorry, it's not very exciting.
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't be sorry. That right there is exciting to me. Nate, I think Aunt Mamie gave you this book so you could write about anything that you want. Because guess what? When you get to be an old fuddy-duddy like your dear old daddy, you get to forgetting stuff. You don't know where you put stuff, so you gotta write it down. Nate, this is kind of cool. You keep writing in this book, you hear me?
Okay. Maybe the next time I'll have more to read to you.
That would be really cool. I would dig that. But you know what you gotta do? You gotta keep this book wherever you go, because you never know when we might run into each other again.
I hope it's soon.
Yeah, me too.
Can I go play a song on the jukebox?
Yeah, if you promise not to pick a corny song. Huh?
I promise.
Go ahead. Oh, you want some money?
I need money.
See, you know what? Being your daddy is gonna send me to the Poe house. And that's P.O. Get out of here.
Warms my heart. See the transformation in that boy each time he's with you.
Mamie, does that mean you're not having any second thoughts about our arrangement?
Well, I do hate the position that this puts Nate in, having to keep these moments from his mother.
Look, this is an uncomfortable situation for everybody. I mean, all this secrecy. I mean, maybe I have to sneak around to spend time with my son. But I'll tell you something. That may not be the case too much longer.
Still worried about Jack, you know? He's been in a bad place lately. Going to Florida would have been really good for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to ship him off, I'd be happy to assist. We could send him to the tropics for like a month, maybe 2.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah.
So do you want to go to work, or are you finished here? Do you want to crack some more jokes?
No, I'm just getting started. Actually, we can go upstairs and change, and in the car on the way to work, I'll give you the rest of my comedy routine.
Okay, sure, whatever you say.
It's good material. Give it a chance.
Look, there's been a misunderstanding.
What? You don't want to be alone with me?
Oh, God, more than you can possibly imagine.
What's the problem?
I don't want to say this. Part of me just wants to go along with what's happening and let it happen. But I can't have you thinking I'm deceiving you again.
The reason for pulling the plug on this campaign had nothing to do with you.
What does Tricia have to do with your husband's case?
You haven't heard?
No, I was out of town.
Well, yesterday when I went to the jail, I ran into Tricia. She was visiting Larry Wharton.
Larry Wharton? Why would Tricia be paying Larry Wharton a visit?
That's exactly what I would like to know. Obviously, the two of them are not friends. We think that she's connected to Wharton's partner.
Has anybody talked to Tricia about this?
We tried to, but she's disappeared again.
So, what would be her motive for getting mixed up in all this?
Tricia has hated me ever since I blamed her for Tony's death. She is really disturbed, Paul. I wouldn't put anything past her.
Hi, Mommy.
Hey, sweetie, what are you doing here?
I asked Lisa if we can stop and get a smoothie.
I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Lisa, do you remember our friend Paul Williams?
Oh, sure I do. It's good to see you.
You too.
I'm on my way to see your dad, so why don't you pick out some brownies and I'll bring them to him.
You're going to see Daddy?
Yeah? Honey, what is it? Was it hard for you to see your dad in jail?
A little.
Well, I'm sorry. I was afraid of that. You don't have to go back there again.
But I want to. I miss Daddy so much. And there were some things I didn't get to say to him.
Well, if it would be easier for you, I could tell him.
It wouldn't be the same. Daddy likes hearing my stories. They make him laugh. You know, maybe I could cheer him up.
Cassie.
Please, can I go with you? Please.
Neil, you were saying?
Say we go back to our original plan, trying to get the HMO to reimburse patients and set a precedent for the future.
Yeah, but what about the tests that should have been ordered but weren't?
Victor's right. If that's how Lawson's been conducting business, they're committing a very serious crime. Instead of pursuing this thing ourselves, perhaps we should turn this thing over to the authorities.
What do you think about that, Miss Perez?
I've spoken to a friend in the state attorney's office, and they're likely to wait and see how this plays out in civil court. And even if they did take the case, that doesn't mean they'd have any more success in finding the smoking gun than we've had.
Now, Miss Perez is correct when she says that the state may not have any more luck than we've had, but you know what? They also may not have any less.
I suggest that you contact the state's attorneys. This is a moral issue now. I also want you to terminate our contract, our employee's contract with Lawson Medical. If that doesn't affect our suit with them.
No, it won't.
Then proceed as soon as possible, all right?
I will get on it right away, Victor.
Well, you know what? If that's all, Mr. Newman, I'll get back to my office.
Miss Perez,
Yes, Mr. Newman?
do I sense something going on?
Not quite sure what you mean.
I think you both know very well what I mean. I had a conversation with the two of you in regard to the importance of working as a team. And at the moment, I sense a little friction between the two of you. Is that true?
Olivia, what do you mean there's something about this young man's case that you can't get off your mind?
Evidently, he went to see a doctor over a month ago.
And this doctor didn't realize Raul was diabetic? I mean, the boy was on the brink of a crisis. How could anyone miss that?
That's what I was thinking. You know, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I mean, maybe Raul was covering up his symptoms.
Do you know the name of this doctor?
No, his friends weren't certain. But I really want to investigate this more.
Well, I think we should. If you let me know what you find out. I gotta get back to my rounds. Now, I want you to get some rest, okay? And if I see you overdoing it here,
I promise I won't. Okay. Even though this has been a difficult time, things are turning around. I am feeling better. And I know that my son's gonna start feeling better too.
Malcolm, I don't know what you're talking about. I certainly don't like the idea of your having to sneak to see Nate, but I'm afraid
Mamie, I've been thinking about going back to court to get visitation.
Court? do to Nate, he would be caught up in a battle between you and Olivia.
Yes, and I understand that, but it would be a battle that would change his life for the better.
Is what you're talking about even possible? I mean, Olivia, as his mother, has legal custody. You're not even the boy's biological father. I don't see how.
Mamie, a judge's primary concern is the welfare of a child. Now, you know what that little boy needs is to have his father. Listen to me. If it wasn't just my word or Nate's word, if I were to have some witnesses who were willing to back me up, I really believe this is something that could go my way.
Witnesses? Meaning me?
Yes, Mamie, and I understand that puts you in the middle even more than you already are, but Mamie, it would only be for a little while.
Malcolm, I would be testifying against my niece, and you know that's how Olivia would see it.
All right. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up just yet. But maybe, who knows? Maybe after I investigate this a little further, we may find out that your testimony is not necessary. Neil's may be enough, but that's assuming that that man will stand up and go to bat for me.
But of course he would.
Yeah, well, maybe I'd like to think he would. But I don't know. I mean, with everything that has happened...
Well, look, it doesn't matter what the differences are between you. You got to remember that your brother took a stand with Olivia. He did not support her decision to keep you and Nate apart. I'm certain that he would testify on your behalf.
I hope so. Look, in any case, aside from the legal matters, I wanted your opinion, Mamie. Actually, I was hoping for your blessing. Please tell me that you think this is what is best for Nate.
Is it time to go out, Mamie?
Oh, well, indeed it is, big man.
Where are you in such a hurry to run off to?
Steven's mom is taking us to a movie.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you drive me to his house?
Hey, you know what? That's a pretty good idea.
Malcolm, I don't think that's wise.
And why not? I mean, Mamie, didn't you say the engine light in your car went on when you were driving over here? I mean, God forbid, I wouldn't want you to stall on the side of the road. I mean, I'm just looking out.
Well, you know, I had forgotten all about that. You're absolutely right.
Will you be looking out, Mamie?
Oh, aren't you sweet to ask? Of course I will. Big hug before you go.
Come on, Dad, I'll race you to the car.
Okay, but hold up. Don't forget the book. On your marks, get set, go.
Malcolm, looking at that little boy, I can't help but think that maybe the best thing for him would be to spend more time with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, Victor. There's nothing going on between Alex and me. It's just business as usual.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Then I will let the two of you get back to discussing strategy. If you'll excuse me.
Have a good day, Victor.
Thank you.
Good day, Mr. Newman. What the hell was that? You blindsided me right in front of Mr. Newman.
Alex, come on now. You're overreacting. I had an idea, so I put it on the table. I wasn't aware that I had to run it by you in advance.
Okay, something's definitely wrong here.
What do you mean?
Just the way you're acting. You're upset with me. Why? Come on, Neil, talk to me. Don't be like this. I mean, I thought we were friends.
Friends?
Yes.
It really takes the cake, counselor.
Sweetheart, of course you can come with me to visit your dad. I think that he'll be really happy to see his two favorite ladies.
Okay, I'll go pick out the breakfast. I know exactly which ones he likes.
I should get going. I need to go pick up Noah from his play date, okay?
All right, thanks, Lisa.
Good to see you again.
I
So, are you gonna stick around and wait for Victor to call you back?
Well, my cell phone battery's low, so I think I'm gonna head on over to Newman Enterprises and track down your father-in-law in person.
How about I get you a fresh cup of coffee for the road on the house?
Hey, I can't pass up a deal like that.
Black, right?
Yeah. Hey, take a look at this.
Yeah, I saw that. That was Victor's idea.
Boy, he's pulling out all the stops to track Trisha down, isn't he?
Well, right now, she's the one lead we've got. Our only hope to keep Nicholas from going to prison for a very long time.
I'm a bit confused, Trisha. First time we spoke, you told me about this new guy in your life and that you'd had some problems. But all in all, you were crazy about him.
Yeah, I was.
Yet, as close as you felt to this man, you two were never intimate?
That's not true. We made love.
Then why would he feel he had to slip you one of these pills to get what he wanted?
I think maybe he just did the first time, you know? Just kind of happened out of the blue. It was so strange.
And, yet, afterwards, the two of you stayed together.
I felt like I had crossed a line, and there was no going back. I mean, I was a married woman. I broke my wedding vows. Something I swore I'd never do.
And you felt this pill is what caused you to be unfaithful?
I don't know what to think anymore. Maybe it's what I secretly wanted all along, and the drugs just let me be who I was.
How do you think your boyfriend would feel if you showed him the results of this test?
He'd be angry at me for going behind his back.
Would he become violent? Trisha?
He might.
Well, then you can't take that risk. You have to steer clear of him.
Michael, you don't understand. He's my whole life. He's the one person that I thought that I could count on.
Well, obviously, you didn't know what kind of man he really was. And now you do, so now you can't.
No.
go back.
You don't understand. He's all I have. Okay, I've already lost everybody. I can't lose him.
Trisha.
No, this was a bad idea. I shouldn't have come.
Trisha! Trisha, don't leave. If you stay, I can get you some help.
I know what kind of help you need. You want to put me away? Huh? You're just like everyone else. You think I'm crazy.
No, I don't. I just think you're feeling overwhelmed right now. And if you talk to someone, you'll be able to sort things out.
I told you something once before. I said that if I didn't leave town, bad things might happen. I stayed, and it turns out I was right. My life is worthless, Michael. Okay, I'm through trying to convince myself otherwise. So do us both a favor and find someone else to save. I'm not worth the effort.
Trisha. Trisha!
Hey, man, double cappuccino, please. Thanks.
See, you're hitting the hard stuff.
Hey, hot Amy.
Rough day?
Wasn't great.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad to see you. Got a minute?
Sure. What's on your mind?
It's about Malcolm.
Just when I thought my afternoon couldn't get any worse.
He's thinking of going to court to get visitation, and in order to do that, he's going to need your help. I'm wondering if he can count on you. So, Raul has diabetes. I was with him all summer. He didn't
say anything to me.
Yeah, he didn't know. No one knew until we got him to the emergency room.
There were no warning signs.
Probably were. We just didn't take him seriously enough.
Well, good thing that Billy and Rihanna found him in time.
So now you understand why we pulled the plug on the spring campaign.
Yeah, I do. Strictly business. Had nothing to do with me. Stupid of me to think it did.
I want you to know you have not been out of my thoughts for one moment. I have been racking my brain trying to figure a way to prove to you how much you mean to me. Trying to come up with some compromise that might be acceptable.
What'd you come up with? That's so.
Phyllis, I made a mistake.
Yeah,
I made
so
a terrible mistake.
did I, so did I. Thinking that you cared for me as much as I cared for you. Listen, I learned something now. The only person I can depend on is myself.
Phyllis, you have to give me another chance.
Why? Why should I give you another chance,
Because if you
Jack?
do, I can fix this. I can't do it with big sweeping gestures. I can't wipe the slate clean. I can do it with small, daily, tender acts of adoration. And it won't happen overnight. But I honestly believe I can heal the wounds I've caused. Phyllis, I can't do it if you won't let me try. I love you. And I know you love me too, deep down inside.
My every instinct is telling me to walk out the door. Because it's what I should do. Because it's what you deserve. You hurt me, Jack. And I won't let that happen again. I cannot let that happen again.
So this is it. This is goodbye.
It would be, except I cannot get out of my head how wonderful it felt to be with you. I've never felt that in my entire life. I've made so many decisions that I regret. I don't want to look back on this one and wish that I'd done it over.
You really don't remember? I'm sure you do. You were all upset. You came here because your husband had rejected you for the umpteenth time, and you wanted to talk about it.
I had a glass of wine.
See? You do remember.
all this time. He only wanted one thing. I was so stupid to think that a man could